Well, good morning, everybody, from wet Western Kentucky. Man, we got rain going on. We've had rain going on all night. I tell you, we had what we call here a frog strangler last night. Got nearly 3 inches of rain, and it's still raining, but that's good. Hey, today we're going to do something that I've never done before. We're going to do a razor comparison. Let me show you the two razors we're going to be putting up against one another. They're my two favorite razors, the ones that I use just about all the time. One I use a lot more than the other, and we'll talk about all that. But first one I want to show you is the Parker variant. This is an adjustable razor, and it's a two-piece razor. You undo the knob here, this top cap comes off, you stick the blade in, and then you tighten it back down. It has to be, this razor, the cap has to be put on a certain way, as you will see from the marks here. Those marks have to line up. The other side has no marks, so you have to make sure your marks are lined up. The dial goes from 1 to 5. The way I use this razor is I do my first pass on 3. That's where I've got it set right now. And then my second pass, I dial it back down to 2. Let me get the specs on this razor. This razor is a brass razor. It's 4 inches and it weighs 4 ounces. The blade gap on it and on the different settings is unknown. They don't publish that for some reason. I've seen a lot of posts in some of these forums where guys have measured, but they're all different. We just don't know. I don't know what the gaps are. But I do know it has positive blade exposure, which adds to the blade feel and to the aggressiveness of the razor. Hence the reason that I start out on 3 and go back down to 2. It has no built-in angle. It's just a round head, like rounded off head like most razors. It's adjustable from 1 to 5, like I said. And it does have some blade feel with it, although it's not uncomfortable as long as you don't go crazy dialing it way up there, which I'll also talk about. The next razor that we're going to put that up against is the one you see me use a lot, the Yates 921M. I have 2 handles for this razor. I have the 3.5 inch handle, which I use all the time, but I also have the 4 inch handle, which I put on for today because I was trying to make these razors as even as possible. So I've got a 4 inch razor here, and now I've got a 4 inch razor here. The Yates, as I'm sure you're aware of, you can tell by looking, it does have a built-in angle, and the specs on this razor is it has, well, you can get this razor with various handle lengths. You can get 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, and 4 inch handles on it. This razor is stainless. This is the as machined finish that I own. It's the one I like. You can also get their razor in titanium or brass. You can come up with all kinds of different combinations of head, open comb, closed comb. They have a lot of offerings, but this is the standard 921M. That's my favorite razor. The blade gap on this razor is 0.64 millimeters. It has neutral exposure, which means it's not quite as blade feely and quite as aggressive as the Parker is. And as I said, it's got that built-in angle. So that's the razors we're going to be using today. And I forgot to give you the weight. I think this razor, the variant I just showed you weighs 4 ounces. This razor weighs 3.7 ounces with this 4 inch handle. With the 3 1/2 inch handle that I normally use, it weighs 3.4 ounces. So it's a little bit heavier with the longer handle, which makes sense. Okay, so what are we going to be using it with today? Well, it's a good one. I'll tell you that right now. This is DentonMajik Hot Laguna Nights. I've got the soap, got the aftershave splash. Finally, I've had this soap for quite a while, but I never got my hands on the splash until just the other day. The first time when I ordered the soap, they were out of the splash, and I don't know, things just got in the way, and I just now got the splash, and I'm glad to get it. This soap is a very, very nice scent. It's a nice pour on the soap. I'll show you the ingredients, and you can pause if you are so mind to. And that is the DentonMajik. All right. And that is the aftershave. So let's see. Oh, the scent notes for the soap and splash. There's a lot. It's got the they call it the house blend scent, and it's the top notes are lime, lemon, bergamot, orange, mandarin orange, neroli, jasmine, lavender. The middle notes, C notes, cologne, which is a marine scent, freesia, peach, hyacinth, cyclamen, rosemary, violet, coriander, nutmeg, rose, mignonette, carnation, Brazilian. Told you there was a lot, and there's more. On the bottom notes are white musk, cedar, oak moss, patchouli, amber, sandalwood, and vetiver. And the kitchen sink. Mark threw it all in there. But this is a fabulous scent. I'm telling you, it's really, really nice. And the brush I'm going to use today is the RazoRock Hive 24. And look at that lather. That's a Denton lather, guys. I tell you what, they make some fine soaps. And they have a really, really, really good residual slickness. So I'm going to go ahead and wet my face. And we're going to put these two razors up against one another and see what we come up with. Get this lather on. Man, that's a good scent. Now, right now, I don't think the Hot Laguna Nights is available. I talked to Mark the other day, and he's got some aftershave, getting it ready. And he's planning on getting the soap back out in the near future. And I bet you it doesn't last long, because this is one of his most popular scents, I believe. I've also got another one of his on the way, the Pink Floyd. You know, he has a Mayberry theme on a lot of his soaps. And the next one, the latest one that he's come out with is Pink Floyd. And I can't wait to get it. Okay, we're lathered up. I'll put my razors over here where they're within good reach of one another. And we're going to get started on this shave. I'll take the Parker variant first. And let's see, I'll do the left side of my face because that's normally how I start. And like I said, I've got it on setting. Where is it? It's there somewhere. Setting 3. This razor does not come with a colored dot. I colored mine red so that I could see it. And if you get one, I suggest you do that. Oh, the price. This razor sells for around $55 to $60. This razor sells for, I think it's $130, $135, something like that. This is a stainless razor, stainless steel, made in the USA, made in India. So you might want to keep that in mind. For some of you have a preference on that. So let's get started. You're going to hear a lot of feedback with this razor. It does give a lot of feedback. And so we're on setting 3. Remove glasses. Get started here. Oh, I forgot to tell you the blade that's in there. It's my old standby, the Gillette Platinum. And I'm going to do this side of my face with the variant. Listen to that storm. Can you hear that? I sure can. Now this razor does have more blade feel than the Yates, but this razor gives me a really, really nice shave. I prefer a razor that's on the milder side. So one thing I love so much about the Yates is that there's a little blade feel there, but not a whole lot. Another thing is that I've learned, and we'll see that here in a minute, this razor does not get up under the nose quite as well as the Yates does. You have to be a little more careful with this one. And that's because of the positive exposure. But I have used several adjustables, and this is the one I like the best, and I think it's a very underrated adjustable. Now, swapping sides and swapping razors. Let's get going here with the Yates. I can go a little faster with this one because it's just not quite, you don't have to be quite as careful to avoid the nicks and cuts. The built-in angle really helps with this razor. I got a window behind me there. You'll see some lightning. We've had a ton of lightning. Always careful on my chin area, regardless of the razor. I do prefer the 3.5 inch handle over this 4 inch. But 3.5 is my favorite length of handle on any razor. Three inches a little short to suit me. Whoa, the power went out. It's back. Lord have mercy, what else is going to happen? Okay, let me rinse. Power went out and we're still rolling. Okay, more lather. We'll lather back up. If you keep checking back on the inventory of the Hot Laguna Nights, got something here to show you that's that I threw together yesterday while I was messing around. I got the aftershave. Ordered it from the razor company, and when it came in, they always put a little sticker in their packages. So look at there, I made me a sign. The razor company. Keep checking with them. And Hot Laguna Nights will be back. Has to be. Because when I run out, I got to have some more. Okay, now we're going to dial this down to 2 for this next pass. There we are. Now we're sitting on 2, and we're doing the left side of the face again. So here we go. And the 2 is plenty aggressive. I say this a lot, and there's probably people that don't agree with me. That's fine. But guys, you don't need those real aggressive razors to get a baby butt smooth shave. I get it all the time without that. And I don't have my facial hair is like the hair on my head. It's pretty dang coarse. And this setting 2 does fine. I got a little weeper right there. And you can, that can happen with this Parker. And it is due to the positive exposure. I typically don't like razors with positive exposure, but this one is not bad. Like I said, I don't have the measurements on it. I don't know how positive it is, but it is a positive exposure. But it's very comfortable. I just don't believe. I've tried real aggressive razors. I've used them. One of the most aggressive razors I ever got my hands on was that Sterling stainless razor. I had both plates, the normal and the hyper. It's just too darn aggressive for me. I've still got the R41 in there. The razor company did an interview they featured Sterling soaps a couple of weeks ago, and they talked to Rod and Mandy, and Rod said he's looking at bringing the razors back. Lopped off some of my leather over here. And I hope they do, because a lot of people like them and want them. But what I wish he would do, I wish he would bring one back. If he's going to bring them back, I wish he would have one made that's not so aggressive. For other people who don't care for that. I mean, I just don't care for it, and I don't need it. I just don't need that much aggressiveness. This razor right here is so efficient. And very easy on the face. I watched a video the other night. I'm telling you, another YouTuber. And he was shaving with a Yaki, I believe they call it the Beast. And after looking at his face, I understand why they call it the Beast. Man, that thing cut him all to pieces. It was painful looking. He finally, and he's an experienced wet shaver, but he finally, I think on his last pass, he switched to something else. I don't remember what. I think maybe it was the 6C or 6S. I don't know. But man, it was a bloodbath. That's just, I'm not going to do that to myself. No reason for it. Now, if you do like aggressiveness, I'm telling you, this Parker variant will dial up there pretty aggressive. But again, I don't need that. I don't think anybody does. If they've got a good shaving technique, they can get as good a shave out of this razor or this Parker on a lower setting. And I just do a 2-pass. Now what I'm going to do here, because like I said, I can tell you the Parker did not get under the nose on this side, and I'm going to do that with this one, because this Yates does a good job of that, and I cannot stand to finish a shave and not be real clean under my nose. I'm kind of OCD about that. Okay, let's grab this one back. I'm not sure if I went that way. I couldn't remember if I did or not. Touch up just a little bit. Hey, that's another thing about this Denton soaps. If you need to touch up, just throw a little water on your face and you're just as slick as you ever were. Used that one on the wrong side, didn't I? That's easy to do. I get confused. I'm easily confused. That's going to take care of it, guys. We are done. Let me rinse one more time. Well, let's do the rag. Then we'll go for the alum. And then we'll talk about what happened here. As you saw, I got one small weeper over here with the Parker, which can happen with that razor, especially when you don't use it every day like I don't. I'm used to the Henson. Where'd that come from? The Yates. And I don't know where that came from. I was reading a review of the Henson this morning on one of the Facebook book groups. Guy was using it, or had used it, and was giving his opinion of it. So we'll let that settle in for a minute. We'll wash this brush out. Now this brush, this Hive 24 by RazoRock, I think they call this knot, I think I got this right. I think they call it like Mocha Soft or something like that. But it is a Sinbad knot, just like other knots that I have in many other razors because it's my favorite knot of all times. But that is the razor we used, the RazoRock Hive 24. Let me rinse now. And I'm going to go through the same routine I always go through. We're going a little longer today, but when you're doing a review like this, it takes a little longer. Got the Osage rub. Yes, sir. Nice and cold. And what I really like about this, there's not really any scent to it, so it doesn't mess up your scent. So, okay, we got that on. Now it's time. We're going to go to the DentonMajik Hot Laguna Nights aftershave. I don't think you have to shake their aftershaves, but I do. Just a habit. Oh, that's a good scent, man. He put a lot of stuff in there, but he knew what he was doing because it turned out wonderful. Okay, so we're going to let that one dry before we put on the Aveeno. Oh, we're not using the Aveeno today. I'm trying something new. I'll show you what it is here in a minute. Okay, we had the Hot Laguna Nights by DentonMajik. A great scent. Just a great soap all the way around. The matching aftershave, I just showed you the brush a while ago. And I gotta show you my Rodak bowl. I always have to show you that. Love this thing. The two razors, the Parker variant on setting 3 on the first pass, setting 2 on the second pass, and then we had the Yates 921M with the 4-inch handle on it. Here's what I'm trying this new. My wife really loves this. She found this Dr. Teal's body lotion. It's a moisturizer. Now it says it's eucalyptus and spearmint, but it is the scent is just almost, you just almost can't smell it. This is a lot cheaper than the Aveeno, so I'm hoping this works out. But we're going to see. I'm just going to put a dab there. Put that on the face. Gosh, might have got too big a dab. It's all right. I'll put it on my arms. Put it on my head. Put it everywhere. Okay. Now then. I love that Hot Laguna Nights. Okay. So how did we do? Both sides, I've got a good shave on both sides. Down here around my neck, I'm a little better on the Yates side than I am on the Parker side. Now the ultimate test for me is on the sideburn area. You know, I always go against the grain there because I don't like that not to be smooth. I'm closer on the Yates side, and I figured that would happen. Not a lot, but I am. But listen, if you want an adjustable razor that you can crank on up to aggressive, if that's what you want, or you can dial down to as mild as it gets, this Parker variant is a really good adjustable razor. Now this is the graphite handle. They have another one that's the same color as the head, or as the cap and the base plate. But this is a really nice razor. It's a heavy razor. It takes no pressure whatsoever to shave with. You just lay it up there and let her go. It's a great razor, but this is my favorite still. The Yates 921. Need to polish that up. I got some soap scum on there. But this is my all-time favorite. Still is my daily razor, except when I get a wild hair and I pick this one up. And I use this maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week. But usually this is what I go to because I really do like it. And that is the shave for today, and that's the comparison, my very first one. I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of fun to do, it's kind of confusing to do. Got to make sure you get the right one on the right side and all that. And as I told you a while ago, Yates, this is what the extra handle came in. That's the handle that I normally use there. And I'll be putting that back on the razor when I sign off here, because that's the size handle I like. And don't forget, go to my link in the description, my affiliate link for the razor company. And when you check out, put Randy Shaves. The instructions are going to be in the description, but put Randy Shaves in the coupon code box. Helps out my channel. I get a small commission. When that builds up, I can bring you fabulous things like this from the channel, and let you know what works and what don't work for me anyway. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I post a new video, because you never know about me. I'm liable to post another one tomorrow. And it's still raining. I was hoping it would get daylight so you could see better, but it's not yet because of the cloud cover. But it is wet here. But we needed it so bad. We were getting dry. Hey, have great shaves. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a wonderful upcoming weekend. And I'll talk to you guys the next time. Adios.